Noises.
Words.
Oh, actually, before we get started here, I
need your Baywatch juice.
Something to put me to sleep. It's going to happen naturally anyway.
I don't know how many characters blah blah because there's also just level 0 random assholes to play against. So I didn't dig to see how far down the actual characters exist. I'm assuming the level 0 or level 1 turd goblins are not actual dudes. It'd be funny to include level 1 guys in your lore.
Level 1 turd. I'm not sure which is funnier, the idea that he's a goblin made exclusively out of turds, or that that's just what he's about.
This is their essence. These turds.
Yeah, it's just he's like I'm a turd goblin. I deal in turds. I'm an expert on turds.
I deal in turds and turd accessories. Oh man, I saw a thing about parasite for snails that is just like obviously it takes over like the snail body because that's how things work on that level of biology.
You're talking about the one that does the weird thing with the eyes.
Yeah, and then it goes into the eye stalks and like
yeah. Yeah, I learned about that a while ago.
And it's like, why does everything gotta be so weird when bodies get so simple down at that level?
Yeah. It's the stuff that goes on at the smaller scale is definitely fucking freaky.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why exactly. It's something about the like absence of space.
Well, I think it's also like the thing where like early computers were easy to make viruses and hacks for because everything was so simple. So the biological hacks are
just brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
The ants with the cordyceps are pretty funny looking when they do their little like eat me.
It is. It's almost adorable if it wasn't subtly horrifying.
Yeah.
The
I've always liked that.
What is the other one is a there's like a weird habit in anime for the trailer for the opening to spoil, almost like trailers. But the difference between trailer spoilers and anime opening spoilers is that those are much more subtle. Like it's not uncommon for you not to realize that it was a spoiler until it happens. You'll be like, oh, so that's what that boot meant, or whatever the fuck. In the one in particular. The one in particular, the main thing is the main character is being manipulated, and it has that character, and it has that character like being like fed like one of those snails, and you can see its eyes all doing the whole weird nonsense that they do.
I remember to actually bring the one that had the things and everything, but I was just curious on how much I'd opened for the first. I know I left the mythosy things. I think I didn't open any of these. I think I just opened the starter box. That makes sense. I opened the starter box. Okay, all those are sealed. The worst distribution. Fucking nothing. Yeah. Okay, cool. I forgot about that. What? I forgot that. I was just checking to see if I had opened any of the interior box, and no, I just had opened the starter box. And then I'm looking like this is the thing that had the notes for the campaign.
Yeah.
But it also just says rosemary, thyme, sage, oregano.
What?
Yeah. Because it started out as just a list of herbs, and then we're like, oh, here's a piece of paper we can write the notes on.
Yeah, I think your mom would be like, want some herbs? And then...
Oh, God. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So the campaign revolved around rosemary and tarragon.
That's right. We had a shitload of tarragon.
Alright, I should open up the notes. Because the name of this one doesn't make any sense.
Even a German name?
That makes more sense.
I actually forgot to write down the German name.
I just happen to remember it because it's pretty simple. The German name for this one is Die Organization. I will let you.
I didn't even say. I would have remembered it if I would have saw it.
Yeah. So it's the organization.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense than the Ascension.
Yeah.
I still haven't pieced that one together really.
Yeah, I don't know. If I could,
It's time for the becoming.
The opening is kind of funny because what it is and what it looks like is kind of different when it starts. Because what it is like Teague like notices that some dudes are like watching him, but what it looks like is like Teague is just like posing next to a fence like he's in a music video.
Yes, that is what the opening looks like. Teague just hanging out.
Yeah. It's like he's shooting his audition tape for Boys to Men, but he doesn't know the singing part.
Yeah. Well, for whatever reason, they just want pictures. They don't want to singing.
Yeah.
Like, can you pose? They already know T can sing.
Or it's
the
like,
reverse.
Instead of a demo tape, they want like demo album covers. Like, just show us what you're looking for, and maybe if we see something we'll use that idea.
Yeah. Is that's Teague's side hustle?
Yeah.
He doesn't do it. He just does poses for this sort of thing. Anyway.
Yeah. But what it actually is he's like
he's tailed.
Yeah. By these like comically stereotypical G-men looking motherfuckers.
Yeah. Shitty G-men.
Yeah. So he just jumps the fence and runs, gets away from them.
Yeah.
He like goes up on top of a roof and then like drives away somehow.
Yeah, there's a dumb little chase.
Yeah,
he just jumps over a fence and runs, and then they run.
I had to rewind this.
They run after him, and he doesn't, and they don't catch him.
And then he says that it had to be Stalinger's men.
Right.
And like because Stalinger is such kind of a nonsense name, like I rewound it a couple times here trying to get it, and then I just went back later because I'll say it later better.
Yeah.
And so then we hard cut to these same G-men types breaking into Hoff's house with a laser.
Oh yeah, that is one of the funniest parts of the episode.
Yeah. So they just like shoot a laser like in between like the door jamb and the door just to like cut all the lock stuff.
To be more accurate, they point a laser pointer at the intersection of the door and the frame. Mm-hmm. And also the smoke machine going.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't just a little laser pointer. It had like a thing that had a laser pointer in it.
It looked chunky, but
yeah.
It was still just a laser pointer.
What do you want them to do? Engineer an actual laser saw?
No, that's not what I want. But the idea of the laser saw is inherently kind of.
It is funny.
Is inherently funny.
And then the cops are like,
it's a laser saw.
They even give him a model for the laser saw.
It's a so-and-so laser saw.
Yeah.
It's a McGrumman laser saw. Whatever the fuck they call it.
It's a McGruff laser saw.
The crime dogs.
Yeah. It turns out he got fired from the force, and now he's turned to crime.
Yeah. It's the only way he can make ends meet.
Anyway.
Crime Dog is now an ironic name.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the DARE program.
So it's pretty funny. Hoff like just wakes up and there's just dudes and he just immediately gets in like a Royal Rumble.
Yeah. He's immediately fighting. Unfortunately, he didn't have a wet dream.
Yeah.
Because
otherwise they would have never defeated him.
Yeah.
Even though he's outnumbered like 5-1 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vague numbers to 1. Vague numbers win. They shove a thing in his mouth and a bag over his head and take him. So then Angie wakes up in the middle of the night. This hard cut to her waking up in the middle of the night with her Hoff sense tingling.
Yep, that is exactly what happened. She just is like, she's like, Hoff's in trouble.
Get him, Scooby.
She's like, I had a bad dream. And she's like, he'll be pissed off if I call him. Like, I had a bad dream. And she's like, yeah, but if I don't call him, I'll never get back to sleep. And she calls, and then like one of the G-men just grabs the phone, just takes it off. Hogan just leaves it.
Which doesn't make sense, honestly.
Yeah, if they just let it ring, she's like, yeah, whatever. Maybe sleep.
To be less suspicious.
Yeah. So then she decides to go over to check it out, and then she gets kidnapped too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And also we see Hoff gets tossed into this weird octagon prison room.
Yep.
And
Is it more of a hex? Is it more of a hex?
No, it was octagon.
Okay.
It was octagon, and
I didn't remember that.
And it has a weirdly short door. The
Yes.
door is like 4 feet tall.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, it's roughly at nipple height
Yeah.
for standard human male.
And it's like all bare metal.
Yeah, it's got lighting on the bottom, like where you would put the molding on the floor. That's the lighting.
Yeah.
It's a weird room.
Yeah, the door is like, the sheet metal is pretty thin when they made it out because Hoff pushes on it later and it bulges out and it's like, I'll never get through this.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm pretty sure you can bend that if you put your weight into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our cold open. 9 minutes.
Just spit on your biceps and there you go. That's enough moisture.
Just piss on yourself and just bust through it like the juggernaut. I don't know if self-golden showers unlocks his true power.
That's true. That's not.
But, I mean, he could have found his inner water.
That's true. He already knows that ability.
Yeah, he just forgot it.
Well, I mean,
Maybe it's on the shelf next to the samurai sword and the backpack full of grenades.
it's really hard to find your inner water when you're just waking up.
Maybe, yeah. It could be that he went to sleep and he's kind of dehydrated at the moment. He hasn't had a chance to get a glass of water in the morning.
Who's dreaming of deserts?
That's where you get the clerics.
Yeah, that's where you get the clerics. Anyway.
Yeah. So then, after the cold open, after the credits, Griff is now at Hoff's house with the police. And it's the next morning. Griff is sporting his Le Coq Sportif shirt. Just for extra giggles. So Griff is supposed to go running with Hoff in the morning.
As he did.
Obviously not there because he's kidnapped, and Angie's car is there. So he's like, yeah, Angie's probably not at her place, but here's the address. You know, the cops go to check it out. But yeah, they go off do their shit, and then Hoff is like strapped into a chair, and this weird voice is asking him vague ass questions that Hoff doesn't understand, and he's just like, answer me. He's like, how close are you? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And like, tell us what you know. Know about what?
Could you be any more specific?
I'm 2.5 feet away.
One time I shot a bee's nest.
It's 100% that. And so then this like Asian lady shoots him up with sodium pentothal, and they bring in Angie, and they strap her into the chair next to him, and they stick electrodes to her head, and they just start shocking Angie too.
Yeah, the funny thing too is the electrodes sort of like just dangle from the ceiling. Apparently,
They just
like she's sitting in the chair, and they're basically attach the electrodes, and then electrodes sort of droop into view.
It's like if you were like lowering speaker cable into the ceiling.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
It's almost it is almost like like a boom mic is being accidentally dropped, but no, it's intentional. And they're electrodes.
We are now calibrating the nozzle.
Yeah, I was thinking of the nozzle the entire time.
No, that's right. I didn't think about it, but you're 100% correct.
I was 100% thinking about the nozzle.
What the hell was that? I don't know.
So then, Griff and the detective are back at the agency, like looking for other stuff, And basically the detective's like, all right, if you get anything, figure out anything, let me know. Call me first. Walks out. That's the last time we hear about the detective ever. And so Griff finds like this weird way to get a hold of Teague. It involves like going online and like
posing as a Backstreet Boy
kind of.
producer.
Well, basically,
Find his friends.
Well, yeah. Griff surmises that whatever this has to do with Teague.
Yeah, he's on it. He's like the Teague's
because it's super weird. The police have figured out have gathered at least that whoever did it was like professional about the whole.
Well, yeah, because
operation.
they had the laser saw.
They had the Grumman laser saw. Everybody knows that's a professional piece of equipment for cutting through a door.
Professional equipment found at Home Depot, aisle 6.
Yeah. So yeah, this immediately means Griff is like, this has to involve Teague, because who the fuck else? He's the only weird super spy person that I know that they hang out with.
Yeah. But so like you go online and there's this like, I don't even remember what they called it.
He finds like some like hints in like the Rolodex or whatever.
Yeah.
And he finds like a particular website with a weird name. I don't remember the name. I should have remembered it, but I didn't.
I remember you just type in a bunch of stars of asterisks followed by a single 8.
Yes.
That's how you get a hold of them.
That's a weird little password on this weird private instant messaging system that I guess he has, which leads to Teague giving him a phone call. Yeah.
But then Teague just walks in after that. So all of that was just pointless.
Yeah. Literally, it's literally he gets a phone call. Griff answers it, and then Teague walks in the door with the cell phone and stuff. One of those situations, just to fucking flex on Griff.
Yeah, pretty much.
As far as I can tell.
Yeah. And hold up, I'm bringing it up here just because of the bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
He finds the 8.
Yeah, that's like the weird thing in the Rolodex is he just finds T, a bunch of asterisk signs, and an 8, and he's like, this is the only thing that could, I suppose, relate to T.
Cyber search.
Right. Cyber search. The weird.
Oh no, Cyber Earth. It was Cyber Earth.
Cyber Earth.
Cyber Earth. Uplink confirmed. Commence message. Yeah.
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 It's weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Weird aim.
Yeah, it's weird. Summon Teague machine. So then they cut back to Hoff, who's just tripping balls in his cell now.
Yeah.
He's just... I don't think it was sodium pentothal they gave him, because he sees like a nightmare wolf and some weird laughing gargoyle gremlin thing.
Yeah, seems legit.
I
think they got it confused with LSD.
Is that there's like a gargoyle and it's like by some like weird spooky fences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember there was something in the comments about that.
Yeah, the comments said that it was from a George Romero movie.
Yeah, there was just something they just straight up ripped from a Romero movie or something.
Which I believe, because I know they used shots from other things.
Yeah.
Was it Tales from the Dark Side?
I don't know. The wolf reminded me of a funny, weird dream I had. And the dream was only notable because of a funny phrase that I dreamed that made me laugh when I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I had dreamed was that, like, my brother bought a furry suit from...
as you do.
Yeah. From a comic book store that was going out of business, but he had no idea of like the furry culture.
He just like, hey,
he just bought it just because
he just bought it to buy it.
Yeah, and so the phrase that the phrase is he just bought it so he could walk around as the Wolf King of Big Shit Mountain. And so I'm pretty sure he saw the Wolf King of Big Shit Mountain.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
Yeah, and then the weird gargoyle gremlin thing. Then we cut back to Griff telling Teague that he's like, I know
Well, there's the lady shows up.
No, that's later.
Is it later?
Yeah,
Oh.
I was literally I wrote these scene by scene.
Okay.
Yeah, all he's just Wolf and Gremlin.
Well, remember he's.
It cuts away.
It continues.
Yes, and then it cuts back and he's still tripping balls.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Griff tells T, like, okay, I know you're involved in this somehow. I don't know what's up there. They're gone. And that's all that pretty much happens there. And they cut back to Hoff, and, like, a snake is coming out of the vent.
Also, Angie's in one of these rooms, too, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't do nothing.
Yeah, she's just there. They don't even cut to her. They show her, like, once.
Yeah. I think she can hear...
They can hear
she can hear Hoff, like, freaking out. And so she's assuming that he's getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah. He's nowhere near water. He's unsafe. And then so he sees like a snake. And it's like hissing, and then it's
right,
like...
yeah, like a vent opens up in the ceiling, and he sees like snakes come out.
Yeah, like one of the Die Hard vents pops open. And the snake pops out and it's hissing, but then it turns out it's the Asian lady who had shot him up with sodium pentothal. Mm-hmm. She now lives in the vents.
Yeah, that's just where she hangs out.
And so then they cut back to, and they show him like he goes to jump up, and it's kind of funny. He's like gotta hop like a couple times to get up there. He's, I think just doing a couple extra hops to pad for time.
Yeah, it feels
time
like
the episode out right. And he climbs up there, and it is a surprisingly roomy air vent.
Yeah,
like you could have like a picnic in there. You could store a rowboat in this.
They want to make sure that this facility is very well ventilated.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, the ventilation in the place I did, you could easily run around in. But yeah,
we find out later this is.
But this is
later,
supposed to be like a. This is supposed to be like a Die Hard situation. It is not.
Yeah.
We find out later this is an abandoned hospital.
Apparently.
Yeah. So we cut back to Teague, and Teague explains what's going on, which is basically what I figure is where the writers at Ubisoft got the Assassin's Creed plot from.
Yeah, yeah. It took a real obnoxious turn for me personally.
Because it's real Assassin's Creed-y.
Yeah.
Where it's Teague is in some sort of organization that is opposing the Knights Templar. And the Knights Templar they're responsible for everything.
Yeah, they're pulling the strings on all this stuff, and he's all like, yeah, they started out trying to do something, but then now they've become completely perverted, and they're just like trying to control everything.
Yeah.
And there's like they're divided into like 4 subgroups that control like corners of the globe.
But the guy the big guy,
yeah,
is
Stollinger is like he's in charge of everything.
Yeah, and he's apparently ancient too.
Even the cupcakes.
Yeah, he's in charge of the cupcakes. So
Bastard.
yeah, and so what he figures they grabbed Hoff and Angie for was because Teague knows of this meeting that Stollinger is supposed to be going to.
Right.
But he hasn't told Hoff and Angie anything about it, because if there's one thing Teague can do, it's keep his mouth shut and not give you information.
Yeah, he's real good at that.
Yeah. So at least it came in handy this time.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned out to be beneficial in this scenario.
Yeah.
To be fair, why would they have anything to do with it? But
yeah.
It's not something that he's trying to involve them in.
Yeah. So then.
But yeah, that's. And yeah, the whole thing with Stollinger is that he's ancient and like nobody ever sees him, and he's like super secretive.
Yeah.
So, like, the other factions are like, is he even still around? Is he still alive?
Yeah, they're speculating that he's dead, and so he has to show himself to confirm that he's still alive.
And Sniper,
and still in control.
Yeah,
all that.
and avoid a power struggle between the 4 subgroups.
Yeah, so this is Teague's big chance. To
I'm like, I haven't played any of these Assassin's Creeds recently, but this sounds like a plot of an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
And so, cut back to Hoff getting Angie out of her little prison octagon.
Right.
And so Angie's, they like pop open the vent and Hoff's reaching down. She's like jumping up, trying to get it. Can't quite get there. And then the door, and the height of the door is especially shown here, where you see it opening and it fully opens and it's still the guy just right up to the guy's chest.
Right. Yeah.
And then he's suddenly in the room. They don't show him crouch and
no.
duck walk in there.
Yeah.
Just in time, and Hoff's getting Angie out there, but he's getting close. And then Kyoto, the vent Asian, she shoots the
Kyoko, I think.
Kyoko. And she shoots him. She just pulls out a gun, bang.
Yeah, she just
and
pop this guy.
Yeah, Hoff's like, holy shit. So
yeah, they're in the vent. Funny little thing. The little grates that that they have to pop open in order to get into the vent have nice, convenient little ladder.
Yeah, it's not like rungs on them.
it's real funny. But anyway.
Yeah. So this is
they're in the vent.
Yeah.
They're crawling along.
We get the exterior shot.
Hoff is strategically behind the women.
We get the establishing shot that this is Vera Vista Hospital, and Teague has his people set up as surveillance in a posing as a construction crew, and this is where the meeting's supposed to be, and so he's like, all right, he's got Griff with him, and he goes, okay, Griff, you gotta get Hoff and Angie because they're on the bottom of my list here.
Yeah,
I gotta take out Stollinger.
It's his top priority.
Yeah.
He has a whole little strike team altogether.
Yeah. And he's like we gotta do this. So you have to be you're the one who has to deal with the Angie and Hoff situation. Because that's the bottom of our list right now. And so next we get Hoff and Angie running from the fire in the vent.
Yeah. There's just a weird vent fire. And they run from it.
Yeah, it's like a shitty Die Hard explosion.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fall down. You know how the vents have the ducts have the vertical sections, and they just fall down one of those.
Yeah.
And get out. That's where they exit. So he's here, and then they dust themselves out, getting out. Well, that was crazy. But then, because of this meeting situation that they're getting questioned on, because they find out, because Kyoko's this way is the exit, this way, over here.
Yeah.
And Hoff's like, wait a minute, this is bullshit. And just works out that Kyoko's just full of shit.
Yeah, that this was too easy. I forget what he says exactly.
Yeah,
but it was something along the lines. He's like, that doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
and it feels like a trap. Which turns out, yeah.
And he just grabs the gun from where he's like, look, blanks. And then Angie just walks up and just fucking punches the shit out of her.
Also true.
And
so it was all a setup to gain the trust to get him to answer whatever the weird nebulous questions that they were being asked.
Yeah.
Though Kyoko does...
how close are you?
Yeah. Though Kyoko does seem to understand that they don't really know anything.
Yeah. Cause that's one of the things that tips him off is when she's like, "Kid really don't know anything," and I was like, "Wait a minute," and this punches her.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah. So then we get he figured after a little chase where after she gets punched, some G-men show up, and then Hoff's like, "Oh great, you just knocked out our human shields," and they just have to
they just run
away. Yeah.
And they shoot at him and they don't get him. So at this point, the G-men have just said, just fucking kill him. Who cares?
Yeah. So, there's a little, like, Teague and his crew, his assassin crew, get all, like, SWAT teamed out. Mm-hmm. And they decide to go in. And Hoff has figured out, like, not only was this a trap for the escape thing was a trap for him, but the meeting is a trap for Teague's people. That this is a fake meeting that they've leaked just to draw in the assassins as a trap.
Yeah, Hoff just sort of figures that out, basically. Just kind of because.
Yeah.
Probably because he puts together like all the things that he's come up into so far with that they know all about Teague and he knows nothing about what's going on there or anything.
Yeah. So then the SWAT team is popping in, and we get a good establishing shot that Vera Vista Hospital has a fully functional fog machine. It is hazy as fuck in there. And they bust in. We see they're doing their sweeps and everything of rooms.
Yeah, checking rooms.
And you see Hoff kind of bopping along, getting away from people. And Griff happens across Hoff and just points a gun at his throat and he's like, "Hey, it's you!"
Yeah, they just sort of run into each other.
Yeah. So, Teague and crew, they are set up to go in the room, and you hear a voice. That's the mysterious voice coming out of it. Going on a little evil monologue.
Yeah.
About controlling.
A little evil speech would be like, "You people have been worried about my lack of presence and blah blah blah." The sort of evil speech he would be expecting.
Yeah. So then Griff's crew breaks in, and there's nothing in there but one of those old reel-to-reel tape players. Mm-hmm. And Teague's looks around and looks back and sees there was a laser tripwire that he ran through. But the tripwire, I guess, had comedic timing because it waited 45 seconds to do anything.
Yeah.
And so he yells it's a trap, and then some.
I think the recording also starts talking about how, basically he's being haha, this is a trap, Teague.
Yeah, pretty much.
More or less.
Yeah, which is funny because it's I don't know how they timed it so that they would break in at that exact moment.
They're very clever.
They're very thorough. But yeah, so then bomb goes off, and so Hoff and Griff and Angie hear the explosion. They go towards the explosion and find shit's just all fucked up. It was definitely a anti drywall bomb
100%. Because there isn't it's a small little crew that Teague put together, and most of them aren't super hurt.
Yeah.
Some of them are clearly hurt, but they're not legs exploded off or nothing like that. Most of them are just stunned.
Yeah. So
one of them trapped under rubble.
Yeah, Hoff just throws it off and he's like, "All right, get out of here." But Teague has fallen through the floor into the basement and it is flooding. And something is on his leg. And he says he can't feel his leg. And so they have a thing where Hoff tells Griff, he's like, "Fetch boy, give me the stick."
Yeah. And Griff, like the puppy that he is, does exactly that.
Yeah. And it's pretty funny because the obvious plot here is supposed to be that the water is rising and they need to get Teague out of there. But the water level never rises on Hoff. It only rises on Teague.
Yeah.
So it's just Teague slowly lowering himself into a bathtub, essentially.
Yeah.
Losing all will to live. Let me go.
Let me die.
Because he tells Hoff to leave him a couple times. I was like, no, I don't lose lives in the water. And so first, First Griff comes back with like a piece of wood and it breaks.
Yeah, real shitty piece of wood.
Yeah, he comes back with just it's like half broken already. He's like, here you go.
He's like, what were you thinking?
Yeah. And then Hoff finds like a little piece of like copper tubing and like gives Teague a little snorkel. And like I said, of course, the water's still only mid-chest level to Hoff, which is where it's always been. But now Teague's
always will be.
Teague's face is barely poking out of the water.
Yeah.
Even though they were like chest to chest like 2 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so then Griff comes back. He's got a more sturdy piece of wood here. And they lever off whatever. Well, I forgot one part. When he's going to get the second piece of wood, he's like, just leave me. And I was like, just like shoving the pipe in his mouth, like, just shut up and breathe.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. He's like, shut up, fuck you. Suck on this tube.
Yeah. And then once we get out of this, I'll give you a different tube to suck on. And so then they like lever it off.
It means penis. Okay.
And then like as they like free his leg, like some other shit shifts, and then they look around like, oh shit's going down. But then that's the end of that. Like they're just hard cut to Hoff just on a boat.
Seems legit.
Yeah, it's
like I rewound it at this point because I was like, they were nervous, right? And then I rewound it, and then you can clearly see them like, oh shit! And then it's just hard cut to Hoff just driving a boat.
Yeah, and then everything's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the Hoff. That's his, his native terrain.
The thing that the best thing about it is that the only assumption you can come out to is that they were worried about something, and then we're like, oh wait, no, it's nothing. Okay, we're fine. We just leave.
Well, what I figure is they probably had some last thing, and then they shot it, and they were like, oh wait, this episode is way too long.
Yeah,
and they cut it, and they're like, now it's too short. Add Hoff and Angie jumping at the vent 3 more times each. That'll pad everything out.
No, I'm sure that's exactly what happened. But the conclusion...
They didn't have time to shove a saxophonist in the vent.
and have somebody with a bat come and beat up.
Yeah. So I was just on the boat, pulls up to the dock. Teague's looking like a sad puppy dog on the dock.
Yep.
And there's just like this conversation they have where Teague's like, you should have left me. And Hoff's like, shut up. You're here. We all got out. And Teague's like, no, it wasn't a smart thing. And Hoff's like, I just don't think you're used to somebody giving a shit about you.
Which,
I don't think anybody is.
Yeah, I mean, he's Teague.
Well, I mean, and consider who he works for, too. They don't seem to give a shit about, like, anybody.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. There's like their number one MO is hanging people out to dry.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the last scene is old decrepit Stallinger coming out of a limo with first Kyoko comes out, and then there's this like tall blonde dude who looks like he's trying to be Rutger Hauer from Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And then like the little old man Stallinger you only see from behind.
You never see his face, he climbs out of the limo.
Yeah, you know what would have been great is if actual Salinger was just Everly. That would have made the episode for me. That would have been a 10. It's a 10. Turns out Everly is the complete opposite of Teague in every way.
No, I like that.
It just comes out in his chicken suit. Snacking on a bucket. Mm-hmm. Only the thighs. And he just meets up with their 4 very obviously like they definitely did we gotta make sure you can recognize that these are the 4 different ethnicities that control.
Yeah, we need our 4 evil faction leaders.
Yeah,
I see. So 3 different races and just a clown.
I forget what they look like, actually.
I know there was one that was like an Indian dude.
Mm-hmm.
There was like an Asian. There was like a dollar store Nelson Mandela.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I can't remember what the other one looked like. It was a vague white dude for all I know.
That tracks.
But yeah, it's weird because this is seemingly like they decided to do a it's like they're like, oh, we should have like a main arc like X-Files, right? Like but then it's like I don't think they.
Yeah, it's like this. It's obviously they're setting up some sort of villain or something like that. But I really doubt that they're gonna follow up.
Yeah, they didn't revisit it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't check, but I felt confident.
Yeah, it's just a vague white dude.
Yeah, no, I just looked at it. It is just a guy.
Yeah.
They're all sort of vague ethnic guy too. They could be any. They're the John Everyman of their respective ethnicities.
Yeah, I don't. This episode's kind of a weird one for me. I mean on one hand, it's like it loses points because it's less interesting than some of the other episodes they've done where you're just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this episode.
Yeah.
The best part was the weird Hoff hallucinations.
Yeah.
Because, like, part of my brain was like, is he imagining this Asian lady too?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was probably the most clever thing that they do in the episode, where it's like where the vent pops open and snakes pour out, and it's all during his hallucination.
Yeah.
And then
I forgot to a clear point on the snake was the snake is hissing, but it's actually her like spray painting of the camera dome.
She has like a little like spray can.
Yeah.
And is covering up the camera, which they didn't do for Angie.
No, they just. What's funny is they told Angie not to look up, like, Dad, don't look up. But then like the vent just opened and then she starts jumping towards the vent anyway. So it's like I don't know what the not looking up was supposed to accomplish in this windowless room.
Yeah. It's a really weird episode in that regard. But no, that was the most clever thing, where you don't know, you're not clear that it's hallucination until the snakes turn into people arms.
Yeah. There was, there was a lot of that like shitty. There's just a lot of shitty writing moments in there, like the obviously, oh, we're gonna ask vague questions that Hoff can't possibly know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, and even if he does know what they're talking about, they're so vague.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be anything. I think at one point he tried to give him this like rank and serial number.
Yeah, he did something like that where he gave them like just a non-answer.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I won't say it wasn't necessarily like a bad episode.
No, it's not bad. It's just it's sort of a mostly it's a why episode.
Yeah,
like a lot of it seems really unnecessary.
I mean, it's nice that there's actually like a reason for Teague.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it as a whole as an episode, is that it sheds more light on Teague's weird, mysterious business, which has always been weird and mysterious.
Yeah, and you kind of knew at some point they were gonna like at least work a little bit on it.
Yeah,
probably, presumably. I mean, they could have just said fuck it.
They could have just said fuck it. This is true.
But it also doesn't like match up too closely with the other shit he's been involved with.
No, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with any of the previous stuff. It's like its own separate thing.
Yeah.
Like, did the Templars like release an Adjogon on the boat or something? Is that what we're getting at?
Templar Adjogon.
He does the sign of the cross before he goes.
Yeah, he's got He's got the surcoat with the Red Cross.
Armored Adjogon.
Well, I mean, if you are talking about the most savage civilization, the the medieval Catholics is a pretty good starting point.
Yeah.
Well, it's like so the Templars control everything, but they're not involved with the military that was containing the brain spores from space.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the biggest weakness of the whole episode.
Yeah,
is that while it's good for them to have shed light on Teague's weirdness, is that the stuff that they're showing doesn't really have anything to do with any of the other stuff.
Yeah,
like it's all been investigate this weird X-Files thing for me.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, I want you to do it,
and not the government agency.
Well, and it's like. In the X-Files, there was a shared, connective tissue between the Monster of the Week stuff and the Mythos episodes.
Yeah.
In that there was more to know, and there were active people covering that stuff up for various whatever shits.
Yeah.
And so there was at least, even if it was the most hand-wavy of reasons of they don't want you to know.
Well, yeah, some of the stuff
there was connective tissue there.
Yeah, some of in that show, some of the stuff was it's like there's just weird stuff out there, and nobody really knows about it. But some of the stuff is being covered up for nefarious purposes or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it's just there's weird stuff out there, and also there's a weird organization. There's weird. Organization doing conspiracy shit.
Yeah.
That's the big. There's nothing really connecting any of it together.
Yeah. It's obviously just copy and pasting from X-Files, but without any of the reasons why. There's no why. They didn't cut the why. They just cut the what's.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they're like, what if Mulder was lifeguard?
Yeah.
That's the question that's been on everybody's mind.
So it's an episode that's answering questions no one is asking.
Mm-hmm.
And for no real purpose.
10 out of 10?
Yeah, clearly.
But at the same time, you're watching along and you're not, hating it.
Yeah. It's okay. It's yeah, they're doing stuff, at least.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't know, you don't know what this has to do with anything else. Which, I mean, normally isn't a problem, because every episode is, its own self-contained thing. But the fact that they're trying, this whole thing is trying to tie it all together, but it's not.
Yeah. I mean, I think it gets hurt in that this is what had to follow Knights of the Dragon 1, which is the peak of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. The weird traveling escape room thing probably is a Templar operation.
It probably is.
And that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, again, that just sounds like Assassin's Creed.
But yeah,
you're making it more Assassin's Creed.
I know I am, but it does make sense.
It definitely makes sense for this is where they got the plot for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? It does kind of sound like this.
Yeah. Knights of the Dragon 1 is just the Animus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then something about assassins. I'm not sure where the assassins. Maybe that's the next episode.
Well, do you know that the leader of the assassins was actually the Hoff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna get time traveled back.
Well, see, you remember how in the first game, if you fell in the water, you just died, and then as you go through the game, then the water.
I see.
It becomes
you can
more.
Swim in it.
Yeah.
Then you can.
Yeah, it's just a progression. By the most recent game, you probably just become a demon in water.
You're just Aquaman.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I'm just really not sure where to actually rate this one. We had a similar conversation before on one that was like, it's not bad, it's just not remarkable. And I don't remember which one it was.
What's in the 3.5 range?
I think it's better than the 3.5 range. That's like fucking Circle of Fear shit. And the Strike.
Oh, the Strike. Right. What was Circle of Fear? Oh, right, that was the witch one.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of these.
you were asleep through most of them.
This is true. I was asleep through most of this one.
To be fair, you didn't watch most of them, and then you were asleep through the recap.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
If anybody has a reason not to remember, it's you. Besides, I mean, you wrote these episodes how long ago?
Last Breath might have been the one. That was another one of it's not bad. It's just that was the weird drowning.
Right. Yeah. That was the one where. Yeah, that was the one where with the crazy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The whole point, the whole thing in that episode is that the whole thing in Last Breath specifically is that just that guy is super crazy and convincingly so. So that's pretty fun to watch.
Well, do you want to call it just 5? It's so bland in middle of the road. It's the middlest of the road.
That's the rig.
That was the rig. That was the one with the ooze.
All right.
So we're in a dense space in between in the 4 to 5 region. At 5.4 is Curse of the Mirrored Box.
Where is Last Breath?
4.4.
4.4.
The rig is in the middle at 5. And then above or below that is Spaceport at 4.20 plus or minus 0.69.
Of course. Right.
I was about to say, we could do the whole 5.01 to 4.0.
Well,
4.99.
I think the question is I don't think it's better than Last Breath. Because as a Baywatch Nights episode, it lacks a lot of the things. At least Last Breath involved, Baywatch and stuff.
I know it's better than the Strike.
Yeah, it's better than the Strike.
So between those two, there's again the weird range of Spaceport. Is it better or worse, or better and worse than Spaceport?
Spaceport.
Because that was also the weird one where Teague was bucking the organization he was seemingly part of.
Yeah.
It would have made sense if.
What's the score on Space War?
Spaceport is 4.20 plus or minus 0.69.
Of course.
So what if we just take that number and just add 3 to them on either side?
Is it better or worse than Spaceport? Let me think for a second on that one.
Because Spaceport, I think Spaceport was more fun. Generally.
Yeah, I would agree.
We could just slot it at barely above the Strike.
I'm fine with that.
How barely do you want to go?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, what's the margin in between those two?
Again, it's complicated.
At the lowest end of Spaceport.
Well, the lowest end of Spaceport is below the Strike.
Yeah, I mean the Strike did have just weird, dumb stuff, which is why it got that.
I feel like in a recalibration, the Strike would lose points a little bit.
I tend to agree.
I think Terror of the Deep would drop down to a 1.
It might.
Circle of Fear would probably hang out at 2. The Strike would be somewhere around a 3, I think. And this would be hanging out at 3.5.
Well, so then the normal, the zero the 0 plus or minus of Space Spore then.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that end the strike?
It's 0.2 above the strike.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
The strike we threw in at a 4 before we realized we gotta.
Well, since Space Spore has that weird I think it should go.
We could just say Space Spore minus
where's
1.5.
What's 0.3? What's 0.3?
There's no 0.3. 0.4 is last breath.
I think 0.3.
So you think to have it generally above the center of Space Spore?
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
Like I said, we could just rank it as Space Spore minus 1.15.
Yeah, I think you're unfortunately correct. I don't want that to be true because it's fucking stupid, but yeah, I think you are correct.
I mean, to be fair, we're on the home stretch. We gotta exercise all the options on our rating system.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, there's the one that exists outside of the spectrum. That is print symbol Omega. That is next to Dragon 1.
Yeah, that's true. This is the last hurrah, so as it were.
Print symbol Omega.
That's
This for minus 0.
category unspeakable Omega.
Okay.
Is that what Lovecraft means by unspeakable horrors? Is this just a print symbol?
I mean, that's probably one of them.
You don't have to be rich to rule our world. So we are now on the one that was mislabeled in
Oh right, yeah.
In order. This one is the Mobius. This was on the YouTube. It is labeled as episode 11. It is not. It's episode 16.
At least not for us, because a running theory is that was that's like the German
Yeah, that might have aired out of order in Germany.
air.
So the Mobius. What do you think the Mobius is based on? And you will not get it right.
Well, I mean, Mobius, obviously vampires. No, I'm gonna guess
Beware, if you get this right, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Because there's no way you didn't cheat if you get this right.
I promise you, this is just a guess. I'm guessing what is it?
I will Angie you in the Kyoko.
I'm guessing what's the yeah, I can't remember the story now where the guy falls asleep and wakes up old. Yes, I'm guessing of that. Because Mobius, Infinity, something like that.
I'm going to go with health food cults that promises long life type of thing.
All right. So, as I read this, realize I'm not making this up.
Okay.
An old school friend of Angie shows her and Hoff a laser that transports them to a parallel universe.
Yep. Is his old school friend of him?
An old school. I'm assuming not an old school friend, like one who really liked 80s hip hop.
No. That's not what an old school.
Hey, dudes, let us hang out at the locker.
Who's not a fan of Sugar Hill Gang. That shows Angie. No, it's an old school friend of Angie's shows her and Hoff a laser that transports them to a parallel universe.
So it's gonna be nice to Dragon 1 again.
This is the other part of Tron that they didn't incorporate to that.
Yeah, it's even got the laser too. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
But you understand why. I said if you guess it right, you're just cheating.
No, that's gotta be cheating.
Well, yeah, no.
That's you're either cheating or it's the clarity of the man. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
You stared into the abyss too long.
What if Jackson was right about something?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So what if there was a laser?
What if a laser transported a lifeguard?
Alright.